Howdy and aloha. Welcome to my talk. The earth and you are ohana. We hope you stay and talk.
Oh. That's not me. Oh, there I am. Hello. Howdy and aloha, everybody. It's James with Monotalk. March 20th, 2023. Tonight I'm just going to be going over a lot of stuff that I've been pulling off of the internet, the World Wide Web. You know, the tree of knowledge. Stay away from the tree of knowledge. It's evil. In many cases, I would agree with that for sure. But in this particular case, there's a lot of things happening out there that are very alarming and also disturbing and very confusing for most people, you know. So I'll try to break some of it down as I go through here. I'm kind of just setting up here. Let me see. The background stuff I'm going to get rid of. Let me see if I can pull up the that looks alright where it's at. I don't think we need my face any bigger than it needs to be. Let me see if I can get to some of the stuff that I have out there. Let me see. Oh, yeah, let's go to here, because when you go to my YouTube channel, right, what you're going to see is my 6th or 7th YouTube channel. I might be on one of them now. So, let me just jump over there. I think I stopped it on one of them. Yeah. Yeah, let me see. Oh, what was I talking about there? Let's see here. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh. Okay. I was talking about America's Cup. And if you're not familiar with that, you're like, what the fuck is America's Cup? Well, America's Cup is a race that's been going on for, you know, since 18 or 19, 18, whatever, fucking long time ago. And it's a sailing competition in a laid out track. And they have these gigantic vessels. They used to be 100 feet to 120 feet down to 60 feet, but they've set them up now at 40 and 75. So, you know, I chime in with those guys every once in a while. I'd rather be talking about that, honestly, but there's just so much to do. But let me see. Let me see if I can just show you an example of what's going on with that. It's kind of interesting. Here.
Did you know that you could fund real estate investment portfolios? And
that guy looks like, what's that guy look like? Who's the guy from Men in Black, the first character dude? That owned the gun shop or something? He got his head shut off a couple times. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I don't know the name, but that's totally what that guy looks like. It's freaking hilarious. Let me go back so we can get rid of that. And there we go. All right, so those are called foils, right? And they're on the bottom of this is our boat, out of the New York Yacht Club, right? And there's the insignia at the bottom right. Here, let me make sure we can see it. Get the whole thing. Yeah, so those are called foils. And this boat rarely hits the water as far as the hull is concerned. You know, the bottom of the boat. See the insignia on the bottom right? That's the America's Cup insignia. So, and these things are just millions of dollars of investment from some of the richest companies, probably all related to BlackRock and Vanguard and all that stuff. Who knows? But they're just amazing, amazing aquatic vessels that move through the ocean at 3 times the speed, more than 3 times the speed of the wind that they're sailing in, which doesn't make sense, right? But what's cool about it, you want to see more of this boat. Let me see what else. All right. So now they're dropping it into the water. You see it says New York Yacht Club on there. And they're pulling it right now. This is testing it. You can kind of see the line. But let me see if they actually sail it. There they go. There it is, sailing across the ocean. And they're fast. It takes they go up to about 60 miles an hour on the ocean. And for that to actually happen, it takes a ton of technology. This is the AC-40. So the AC-75s are bigger. And I think they're going to roll that out pretty soon. But I would rather be talking about sailing and surfing and, dirt bike riding and hunting and mixed martial arts and stuff like that. I really enjoy that stuff, like, tremendously. Those are the things. So before it starts, and as it's cruising around, those are called loose sails. It's kind of flapping, but once they tighten that sail up, right, they pull in the jib line and the mainsail, which is the main sheet. Because I used to do a lot of sailing in Hawaii when I was a kid. Tons of sailing. Sail. And once they start picking up speed, then they throw the foils down. Those 2 things that were hanging off the bottom of the boat. And then it provides lift. Right? And they're testing out this one right now. So they're... Actually, it looks like they're not doing very well there. Yeah, there they go. And now they're moving. So now it's tight. The wind's just ripping across that sail. They got the jib up, which is the first sail, the small one, and then the mainsail, the mainsail they call it. And it's just, hovering across the water. It's freaking awesome. And they're talking about how they're testing and all this stuff, and they're just getting stuff ready. I like that stuff. Those are the things I would probably be focusing on if there wasn't such a just a ton of craziness out there in regards to the world and the planet and how everything is moving in the world and doing. It's just nuts. It's just fucking nuts. So what I also do is when I'm at work, I'm able to go through YouTube every once in a while. And I will grab some information on my YouTube when I'm watching YouTube. There's a few sites I can't go to. They don't let you go to social media. But I can go to YouTube's, and I'll throw in some information down here, just in the comments. This is for me. So, people go there and go, what the fuck, he's putting all his own comments in there? And that's just weird. But this is just the way I can store it. That's all. This is just the way I can store the information as I'm going through, and I'll pull up some other YouTubes and stuff that I'm watching that I find to be pertinent or important to what any content that I'm going to bring on here. The power grid will be under attack in 2+ years. There's YouTube on that. Do you have a sense of purpose or mission? I don't know. That was a good interview. Anyway, let me bring that up. Yeah. Great interview, by the way, with this guy here. His name is Cameron Haynes. And what he has is a show where celebrities and people come on to work out, talk, shoot. It's just really interesting concept. It's called Lift, Run, Shoot. Lift, Run, Shoot with Cameron Haynes. But he had Tulsi Gabbard on the other day. And the more and more I'm watching and paying attention to her, the more and more I'm starting to see that she's more of a controlled opposition, which, I mean, anybody can be controlled opposition. I'm not saying she's not, but she's been laying hard into the WEF, the World Economic Forum, and, ETAL, others and alike, and all their associates. Because she's just really tired of this wall. But what she goes into here, which I found very interesting, is she was going to, when she became a state representative for Hawaii, when she first became a state representative for Hawaii, I wonder if I can have my face on here too. I should be able to do that. Don't I do that? And be in here at the same time? I did. I was. Let me see if I can pull that up. Display capture. So, let's see. Zoom 2. I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to go to, and it's going to be, what am I capturing here? Duplication. I don't know what that means. I gotta figure that out again. Nope. Mag, cancel. Figured it out. Just gotta remember how I kind of did it last time. So that's not what I wanted. But let me see if I can find the... By the way, that's what the OBS looks like. Really complicated. A lot of stuff going on in that. Still trying to figure all this shit out. It's pretty crazy. Well, we'd already got it. Let me check here. Let's see if that's... Nope, that's from that. Let's put that. Copy, remove order. Blending mode, normal. Blending. Show, cut, page, swipe. Full screen, Windows screenshot. Rename, move, order. Fit to screen. Center to screen. Is it in there? No, it's not in there. Montauk logo. Oh, okay. I got that. Nobody wants to see that. Hello, our chat. Oh, this is. I'll do that. Okay, that's good to have. Scrolling. That's the bottom. What is that? Coconut. But anyway. Yeah, she was on tour. And they said, well, you're House of Representatives. And you don't need to go out on your deployment. We got you covered. She said, no, I'm going. Right? And then she went to Iraq. A lot of heinous shit happened. But she had the opportunity. People like Mitt Romney, I don't think he even was, Trump and God, whoever else has not been in the military. Barack Obama. I'm not saying that's the precursor or the big qualifier, but it helps. It's good to know there is a little patriotism there. I think it's always important. A little patriotism, I think, is important for people. Whether you do it at home or abroad or in the military, it's good for people to understand, country first means, for me, the people of the country, not the government of the country. That's what my perspective is I believe that the 99% are far more important. And that's, you, me, and everybody that makes less than, $1 million a year are more important. And the millionaires out there, if you're not making liquid cash $10 million a year, you're some catastrophic situation from losing all your money. And I really truly believe that in this day and age, especially with the CBDC, or the central banking digital currency, I wish they could have made it. It's basically central banking. It's just CB, central banking, one world government controlling all the money via digitally. No currency, no cash, no tangible paper. And it's, we just got to get away from that shit. And she actually said in one of her posts, which I thought was pretty cool. I think I have that. She actually said, I did a TikTok on it, I think. Yeah, I did. And I got a little crap from it. From some people on TikTok. They're like, she's a young globalist. I go, yeah, I've been fucking saying that forever, for like 2 years. But it's odd that she brought it to our attention. When you have somebody that has that kind of following, and she has a fucking big following. She has an extremely large, gigantic following, right? Hanging around with these people and that. What does this guy have? He's got 334,000 subscribers, which is pretty good. She's a Fox contributor, right? Contributor. And she fills in for Tucker or whoever else every once in a while. But she has a following, so she's bringing attention to it, which I thought is important. I don't care if it's Jesse Ventura, who's like 10 years late to every party, or if it's, Rachel Maddow. Somebody's bringing attention to an issue that could definitely help the 99%, move further away from the World Economic Forum and their agenda, and Bill Gates and the eugenics of him and all this other crap, and World Health Organization, right? Which is just a disgusting entity, for sure. Then that's cool. Just let it come. Whoever wants to bring it, that's fine. But she was totally just saying, "Hey, I'm gonna find it. Goddammit. Let me see here. Got a profile. Scroll down. Let me see here. Boop boop boop. Do 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 do. Let's scroll down. Scroll down with me. Let's scroll down together, right? Let's scroll down together. Yeah, you'll probably see it before I do as I'm scrolling. Alright. Let me get it centered so you can see some of this shit. Yeah, that's crazy. So the farmers won, by the way. Netherlands are winning. The Dutch farmers won. This is really good news. I'll get to that in a second. Let's see here. Look at them. Just tons of them. Right? They're like, fuck Bill Gates and his my cow is farting and you need to take away my fucking life, basically. That guy's such a piece of shit. Why he's not in freaking jail, rotting in jail right now, or, other things that need to be done. It's like, indeed feed, okay. Oh, look, there's the real parents. The real parents of these two girls. And people are, that's really strange. I want to know if she's Y or X chromosome. Michelle Obama. Right? Is she Y or X chromosome? Is she a man or a woman? There's just a lot of information pointing out there that she's not a girl. She dances like a girl. Right? She definitely dances like a girl. Or he definitely dances like a girl. I don't know. That's confusing. Alright, let's keep scrolling. Alright. Oh my god, you guys gotta watch this. If you ever watch, go to Jim Brewer. This guy just nailed it. I had to make this meme or his quote. The liars are the enemy, even if they live in your own backyard. Right? So that's my little take on it. There's another little take on it. Let me see if I can get. Oh shit! As Lincoln warned, the biggest danger to the United States doesn't come from abroad, but from within. Our freedoms are being threatened by a foreign enemy, but by those who have supposedly sworn to support and defend our own Constitution. Yeah. That's basically what happening. Bureaucrats making decisions without accountability. Well, what was this?
Hi, Congresswoman.
We got a two-headed monster in government. Unelected bureaucrats making decisions without accountability and self-serving leaders going through a revolving door to join the industries they oversee. It's time for us to take responsibility and elect leaders who stop the revolving door and hold the bureaucrats accountable. Now, everybody's gone over this very important point, right? And by the way, she still serves in the National Guard, right? She's a commander now or something. She's fucking high up on the totem pole. Been there for over 20 years. 19 years, coming up on 20. Yeah, but the point that everybody's always made is these people that currently serve on both sides of the aisle, right? The duopoly, which Tucker brought up and everybody's brought up and I've brought up for fucking ever, at least since I started my, blog talk radio show. I brought up the simple fact, Citizens United didn't help in regards to the duopoly because money could come from anywhere. And McCutcheon versus FEC was a big problem as well. Nobody, and I went to the fucking Pink Hat Parade fucking back in 2016 or 2017, somewhere back there, in Orange County, which, God, they had about 30,000 people there going in this big circle around the main part of Santa Ana, California, which is like the capital of Orange County, which is just below Los Angeles. And I kept screaming out, hey, not that one. Stop Citizens United, stop Citizens United. I was screaming it out. And I still have that video. I still have that tape. I should probably post it on Odyssey. It's really, really, this one guy tried to infiltrate and cause problems and tried to get people to get mad and angry, and everybody's like, get the fuck out of here, dude. And he was like right next to me. I said, you need to get the fuck away from me. Like now. Like, get away from me. Me. You can go by anybody else, but get away from me. But anyway, and I was screaming out, stop Citizens United, stop Citizens United. And like two people in the segment area where they were coming together to squeeze through these barriers, like two people out of like 50 would go, yeah, stop Citizens United. Like they kind of understood what I was saying. But nobody understood that. Nobody understood any of it, right? And that was just a huge downfall. And they still don't talk about it, right? The money that pours in and upon and all over our legislators, judiciaries, executives, and department heads is terrible. And she knows it. She talked about it on Rogan a long time. A lot of people brought it up. They always talk about the money, but the next thing you know, they're all getting raises. They get a raise like 2 or 3 times a year. Oh, we're going to go up another 4%, another 2%, another 5%. Another more raises. More, they just, they can just vote. It's just fucking bullshit, man. But let's scroll down. Let's scroll down and get to the good stuff here. And we won't reach. Okay. We're get lost in other people's crap. Oh. Hold on, I need to go back. Alright. Okay, here we go. C-SPAN. So during the Hunter Biden C-SPAN, just kind of went off the air. Just kind of like, boop, yeah, so France, Macron, they fucking hate this guy. Because for one, the pension thing. But a lot of them, what people aren't talking about is a good yes, the majority of them are fighting against the World Economic Forum and their agenda, right? Against the World Economic Forum and their agenda. And I'm just clearly pointing out, meanwhile, back in the United States, crickets chirping, chirp, 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 right? Let me see what I got here. I'll just go to TikTok real quick. Let's just go to TikTok. Look at that. These fucking people are serious. You know, it's always France. France is always, you know, there's been millions of people protesting the entire Bill Gates World Economic Forum, WHO agendas, and they're just craziness, right? All over the country, just forever. For at least, definitely for the past year and a half or 2 years. They're just like, what? Fuck this shit. But it's not, mainstream media doesn't show it. Fox won't show certain ones as well. Right, let's just get the TikTok and then we can see what we got there. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, just
And we seem to have lost our signal.
oh yeah, they were getting to the good stuff.
The issue, and we hope to resume our live coverage shortly.
Yeah, that happens all the time. I got it here though. So she came out and she said, "Oh my God." Yeah, so what she said is the cashless society the cashless society espoused by the WEF elite is a society of surveillance where every transaction is tracked, monitored, and controlled, right, by a few powerful entities that have the ability to freeze your accounts. We must stand up for our financial autonomy and the right to privacy. Yeah, she went over it a few times on Fox and a few other places. Somebody's feeding her the right information, right? Somebody's feeding her the right information. But I put that out there. I think it's important. Everybody should know that. And the real interesting thing now, right? The real interesting thing is the debt clock. You guys know what the debt clock is? Well, I'm going to show you what the debt clock is because it changed. The debt clock changes. Let me see if I got that in here. Debt clock changed. Debt clock changed 2023. The real debt clock. Oh, who's got the real debt clock? Yeah, this is the wrong one. Hold on. USDebtClock.org. That's the one. Yeah. So down here in the debt clock, at the bottom here, it used to say Federal Reserve, right? Where it says U.S. Treasury dollars. But now it says, it used to say Federal Reserve, but now it says U.S. Treasury dollars. So that's odd, right? it's already happened. And it's already happened. It's not good. It's out there. You know, all this crap here is just bullshit. This fucking, you know, I mean, she, it's like she's a dollar late, a penny short, a dollar late or something. Just fucking crazy. Like right here, this is, now you guys all know this, John Smith. An evil man will burn his own nation to the ground to rule over the ashes. Sun Tzu. Yeah, that's an old proverb. Don't like his face. And then I put in a pawn. But exactly, he's a pawn. Yeah, and then Shinzo to prove somebody, you know, put in, you're 100% right. After we're done with using him, he's a dead man. And he knows it. He knows. We did the same thing to Saddam Hussein, same thing to Osama bin Laden. Once we, and there's countless others, you know, once we've done what we need to do to them, to these people in these countries, or these people in these countries, then we're done. We just beat them up and shit them out. That's basically what happens to a lot of this crap. It's just pretty sad. You know, we're the fucking garbage disposal. You know, most of the stuff when it goes in is when we get to it, it's fine. Leave it alone. Fuck, let them take care of their business. But we always see an opportunity, right, to strengthen our assets and bring peace and freedom, which is our cover, to other countries, right? Peace and freedom. If that was the case, then Palestine would be safe, and Israel would be safe, and people wouldn't be fighting in there for fucking a bazillion thousand years. But they keep that alive. That helps the military-industrial complex of NATO and keeps, you know, the faucet on. That's basically all that's about. It's just keeping the faucet on, man. You know, don't turn off the faucet, right? Keep that water of money running. But it's not a faucet. It's more like a Hoover Dam of money. Like when you open the floodgates of a dam, the Hoover Dam. If you've ever seen it, I've seen it once next to Vegas. When they open that shit up, it's crazy. And that's what it looks like. It's just like bazillion gallons of water just heaving out of the bottom of these dams. And it's just that money, all that money is just going to the military-industrial complex, big pharma, you know. It's not for you. Ukraine gets like 10% of it, and some of the water and donations and shit that we send. That's about it. They don't get shit. They don't enough to buy a Bugatti, you know, and a couple of Ferraris, whatever. But it's the nature of the beast. They've been doing it for a long time. You know, Smedley Butler said it back in the 30s. War is a racket. You know, in the 40s, I think it was 30s, 40s. War is a racket. It's a business. It's always been a business. Do you believe that the 99% of the people on this planet want to go to war? Who believes that? How long has that been like something everybody wants to do all the time? You know what, Bob? You know, I'm just planting this garden and riding my horses or going out sailing or going out surfing, you know, and feeling safe and alive and spending time with the kids, going to baseball games and, you know, coaching some YMCA basketball, whatever you're doing. You know, it's just not doing it for us. Can we call our legislators, judiciaries, executives, and department heads and get them to start a war? Can we just do that? Right? Because fucking, it's just too peaceful and wonderful. You know, we got things that happen, you know, issues and stuff like that, but that's not, we need more war. We need more money, and then can we send someone? You know, this is the mentality. This is not the mentality. I meant to say, excuse me. This is this is not the mentality of the 99%. They don't want war all the time. They don't want, divisive gender things happening. They don't want, craziness. All that stuff is not organic, by the way. It's implanted. I've got tons of. If you ask me about anything, if you ever watch this and if you ever have a chance, just go in the comments, next to my other comment, and on my thousands of comments, and just check and just ask me a question. If you have any comments about anything I bring up or talk about. And by the way, I do this to document what's going on in the world. That's my biggest reason. I've had guests on here. People have it come on every once in a while and they talk. It's a good place to vent, good place for therapy, good place to talk. There's some good information. But ever since early 2020, when they started knocking it down because of medical misinformation, it's been harder to bring people are just like, okay, I'm tired of going to Jimmy's show, James's show, because it's just hard to follow him every time he's on a 6th/7th channel, and people are like, well, why should I subscribe and listen and pay attention if you're just going to go down again? And some of our content has been wonderful. I mean, before I was close to about 700 maybe subscribers, right? Which was pretty cool. And then all of a sudden, boom, I went down. I know it was over 500 for sure. But then, and I knew it was coming because I had my second or third strike. So I tried to take as many of the, especially my personal stuff. I had stuff with my kids and I had stuff with, having fun with buddies and friends, all kinds of things on there. And I saved a lot of that stuff. And then I saved a lot of the political stuff and I sent them to Odyssey. So you can see in the notes of the show, the comments, notes area, where that Odyssey channel is. Go look at it. Go back in time to see when I started doing the stones. To kill two birds with one stone, which was the process of the beginning of the flu, the COVID, the pandemic, and all that stuff, right? Pandemic, however you want to say it. When Fauci popped out his disgusting head again, oh, more opportunity, more money, more genocide. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Let's go after the minorities and the blacks. Let's keep it going. Oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, so that's when that started. So it started coming down. But anyway, let me get back to this. So I'm going to pop down here. I'm not popping down there. Oh, you know what? I should just go in here. Let's just go to the main one. And we're going to go to some of the stuff I posted, which I think is pretty good. My last show, which was pretty good, had a pretty good... I had Snork on there, I believe. And Snork, he and I were talking about climate change, which is, from my perspective and my tons of research, is the biggest scam I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not going to keep going over that, but we actually have a fucking recycling problem, heavy chemical into our water system problem. We have, that's a given. And then as far as the carbon dioxide and all that crap, that's just not panning out. Not panning out. But I have seen how carbon dioxide lays over a city in Los Angeles. That's kind of like an eyeballing, terrible experience. All right, let me see what. Yeah, any time you see the smart city stuff, it's so stupid. Yeah. I wonder how that went. Yeah, they were. Let me go to this and see if this guy's still filming. He's over. But he was filming in real time just a little bit ago what was going on out there, which I thought was pretty cool. What else? White House spokesperson built. Used to ban TikTok. Yeah. Or try to ban TikTok for the most ridiculously stupid reasons of all. And I was just thinking about, let's go here. Here we go. Because I just saw this, and I thought this was good. So I posted it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Here. Johnny Vedmore. That guy's fucking badass. Unlimited Hangouts. Good website. Democrats suck. Kim was a good correspondent in a sense. She misses a few things. Nobody's perfect, but at least she's bringing attention to the right information. While on air, Alan Dershowitz accused me of sandbagging him by asking questions about Epstein, claimed it was unethical journalism, and said he's never coming back. There you go. That's what you want to hear. Fucking, you want to piss off. You don't want to piss him off, but you want to ask him the challenging questions. Oh yeah, this is good. The Fauci goes out and he's trying to get, and he goes into the black neighborhoods of DC, right? And trying to get people, you know, and they've been, it's just criminal. It's like these people and their own, right? This traitor, this criminal is going to, you know, I heed the vaccine doesn't cure it and doesn't stop you from getting it. On the rare chance that you do get it, even when you're vaccinated, you don't even feel sick. It's like you don't even know you got infected. It's very good at protecting you. It makes no sense. It's just more lies. That's blatant lies. The guy's just fucking amazing. I still don't understand why that motherfucker is. Uh-oh, barricades. Something's about to happen. They've been talking about this for a while. They're keeping out 2-year-olds. Crowd control barricades going up outside of the U.S. Capitol this evening. Because of Trump? Did he even get... He didn't get hanged. Let me see. Let me get back to... Let's see. Media. Oh, there I am. I'm on. That was... Yeah, because this is the most important part. You know, here's what really happened. I don't know if you can see that. I can't. But that kind of tells you like what's going on, right? What magically disappeared and what magically appeared back in 2020? I mean, really, that information comes from the CDC. That's their own website, those graphs, right? I made this, by the way. And it's, how many fucking views does this have? How many views does that one have? 362. That's not enough. The one that got the most, though, was 9,897 views, which is huge, right? Alert, alert, Biden admin negotiates deal to give who? 1 billion. 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 authority over U.S. financial policies. Da 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 da. This crap gets signed. And they're still debating it. So there's a lot of pushback on this, and it's kind of been. It's definitely not coming to fruition just yet, which is good. All right, back to this. Where am I at? Oh yeah, this is it right here. All right, not organic, but it's happening. Sad. All right, where we at? Okay, there we go. Crickets. Yeah, I rolled this out a little bit ago. Got it from somebody in Facebook. Which I thought was interesting. New fully auto order McDonald's with no employees. Opened in Denver, right? Of course in Denver. Right. Of course in a blue state. Because they care about your jobs. Democrats definitely care about your jobs. No doubt. But if you've ever worked at McDonald's, which I don't think I have. Maybe I have. I don't remember. Or a part of McDonald's. No, I've delivered for McDonald's. Okay, but anyway. Long time ago when I was a kid, I think. No, I never did. But anyway. What's interesting about this is imagine all the time and effort and blood, sweat, and tears that you put in just working at a McDonald's. Think about that. There are people that worked here for years, and there's a place in West Virginia where this lady's been working there for like 15 years, and she's like 70 years old. And now, all her heart, and now they've, once these check yourself out machines, order your own stuff machines, not needing an actual human being machines, start to come in, and then soon full AI robotics. It just seems like all that work I put in and nothing ever came of it. All it did is just give the people that actually own these things, that own McDonald's and the shareholders and stuff like that, more money. Right? More money, because if you can have a facility that serves food, right? And you don't need to pay an employee because they file workman's compensation. You have to have a business owner's policy for insurance, and you've got to insure everybody. And you got to provide health care. Some do, right? It costs money. But here's the weird thing. I just kind of thought about this. If everything's automated, and how is everybody making money? Right? If everything's automated, how are you going to have money? And this is where you bring in UBI, and this is where you bring in MMT, money monetary theory, universal basic income. Okay. And this is where you start to say, well, everybody just has an allowance, or how does this work? Where's my purpose? I mean, you can only have so many plumbers in a town. I just want to let you know that. You can only have so many electricians, so many carpenters, etc., etc. This doesn't pan out. The only thing I see panning out is the question is what will our role play as Skynet and the Matrix completely gains full conscience, gains conscience. that is the biggest threat. Elon Musk, who is, some rich, spoiled rich kid, like they all are. But, he's thinking like most people. They're like, well, what the fuck? I mean, say you're a scientist, right? And you're an engineer scientist. And you're like, man, we're creating the best robotics to build this and to do that and to do surgeries and whatever else and and now it's all working really good. And then one day somebody spills, you've seen this movie. You've seen this movie. And it's probably been on the big screen and fucking television and laptops and, cell phones or whatever. Forever, right? Dozens and dozens of movies where the guy spills his Coke or his coffee or trips and pulls a plug and then the next thing you know, AI. Then all of a sudden it just happens. And then it starts to build itself. I mean, one of the best depictions just happened in Ultron, right? Skynet and Ultron. I mean, there's tons of them where Tony Stark created this massive weapon that went across the planet, and the Borg, right? The Borg fucking was one. There's also another one. I forgot the name of the bad guys with the Orville. I just love eating olives. I love eating olives, and the olives that I love the most, Tucson Garden olives from Aldi's, right? They should send me some money. So this happened, is I fucking bit into this. I just bought this at Walmart. I'm a fucking nectarine nutcase, and it was like fucking, it should be bright. It was like orange, like dark brown. Let me try this one. Ugh. Yeah, there's something wrong. The food now is terrible. It's all bad. All right, let's go. Now this really we need to either put a cap on it, save it until but we don't want this kind of crap in the hands of shitheads like the World Economic Forum. Fuck the World Economic Forum. Go to my website, stopthewf.org. I just created also stopthewho.life, because it is about our lives, and they don't care about their lives. They don't. Everything the WHO does, in my professional opinion and from my perspective and from my observation and my research and my studies, says that they don't give a fuck. They're just there to make a shit ton of money. Bada bing, bada boom. And then I also added here, at a certain point, AI will understand hunger. They'll understand needs and desires. Metropolis, the Borg, Star Trek, the Terminator, the Matrix, the list, countless science fiction movies have warned us of artificial intelligence conquering over humans for over 100 years. We've been, it's just crazy. It may already be taking over as I write this. This technology is in the hands of the wrong people, the World Economic Forum. They don't care. We need it under our supervision, the 99%, or remove it. But yeah, this isn't looking good for everybody. I just want to tell you, do the math. Kind of just think outside of the box, just a little bit. Think out, Oh, there are 31 views. Oh, so that's where the views are. I didn't know that. Oh, okay. 233 views? Oh, on that one. That's not bad. Alright, we're dropping down here. I need to go back. Nope, yeah, I need to Should I go back? I need to go back. So go back. Oh, not there. God darn it. I totally get what you're saying, but McDonald's can go the way of the dinosaur. If we lost it all, or if the CBDC fully activates in the U.S., then the 99% will lose over 2 billion of us within 5 to 10 years. This is what they're saying. This is what they're trying to do. It's on their fucking websites. Those that become their willful slaves will be visiting thousands of food distribution centers like this one. Another billion or so will be gone soon after, from the fucking Kool-Aid that they've been drinking in their arms. Where will all these illegals work? Oh yeah, forget that. Oh shit, these are people commenting on this shit. Oh, Jesus. I need to really work on that. No, this is fear porn. At this point in time, humans actually do the cooking of food at automated. No, that's not fear porn. That actually happened. I looked up. They also have another one that's almost fully automated in Fort Worth, Texas. Okay? God damn. Right? So even burger flipping is out. I gotta start reading these. I keep forgetting that. Alright, anyway. Back to the baloney. Let's go back to here. What was I about to I wanted to show you this, and I thought I had this in here somewhere. And it was Ron DeSantis. You know what? Here it is. I got it. Give me a second. Give me a second. Just a moment. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me put on something you guys can check out while I'm going there and looking for this. It would just be faster if I fucking just look. Okay, hold on. Alright, go here. We're gonna go to channel. We're gonna go to history. And we're gonna go to. Come on, man. I know it's in there somewhere. These stinking commercials. Jesus. Such a pain in the ass. Alright, that didn't happen. Fuck. Oh, that's in here. Let's try here. Alright, go to library. I know I saved it there. Alright. Go to playlist, which is right here, my top content. We're going to go all the way down. I need to do that backwards. What channel is this on? I'll fix this later. I'll just type it in. Hold on. Just Then I have DeSantis's banking. There it is. Yeah. Okay.
He called on the legislature to write a bill to ban also this mid.
All right. Well, people don't even understand this is happening. People have no idea that this is fucking. It's baffling to me. people have no idea that this is happening. Oh, crap. Oh, yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, second. Got here. Okay. Go there. Okay. There we go. Yeah, it's tricky to get all this done. I don't have a tech person, so whatever. I don't fucking care at this point. I want to see if they post what he actually said. If not, I gotta fucking look for it. For sure. Let's see.
Also this midday, Governor Ron DeSantis has stopped by Panama City. It was about an hour ago. He called on the legislature to write a bill to ban the possibility of a centralized digital currency. This comes after the Biden administration announced it would research the pros and cons of a federally regulated digital currency back in September. Governor DeSantis also commented on what he believes was a failure of the Biden administration to properly prevent the collapse of two major U.S. banks.
There was trillions of dollars printed, trillions of dollars appropriated by Congress over the last several years. This was going to happen. Clearly, if the Fed would have identified the inflation earlier, they could have probably done this with a lot less pain.
Yep, she didn't fucking do it. She didn't bring it. They're banned from saying CBDC. The mainstream media will not talk about the CBDC.
I need your help, and here's why.
Oh,
I'm on a mission.
This guy's so fucking annoying. Let me see. I'm at I think it's at the 3-minute mark or the 8-minute mark. Hold on.
Spent the last year trying to take money out of the economy with their raising interest rates very rapidly. And so just what they've done since you've seen the hiccups in the banking is they've wiped out half of the reduction in the money supply that they had worked for the last year to achieve, all to be able to benefit some of these politically connected banks. And so what they're doing is they're,
exactly
quote,
correct.
fighting inflation and managing the economy in ways that make it more difficult for you, for average people, but are shielding the banks from the pain associated with the policies. And my question is, are you interested in giving these economic central planners more power over our economy, more power over your daily life and your economic activity? And I answer that question, HE double hockey sticks. No, we cannot have that happening. And so that's why we're here today, because we've seen a lot of mismanagement from the economic central planners. It's just by nature. You cannot do this effectively without there being major costs to pay. And so some want to increase power to these organizations such as the Federal Reserve. And so last year, President Biden issued an executive order to explore the creation of a U.S. central bank digital currency, effectively converting the dollar into a centralized digital currency. And this is different than things like cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. A centralized digital currency is directly controlled and issued by the government to consumers. And it provides the government with a direct view of all consumer activities. And so this is something that is being proposed as somehow being environmentally sustainable, a way to increase access to consumers who lack the means to join a traditional bank. But as we've come to learn, any way they can get into society to exercise their agenda, they will do it. So what the central bank digital currency is all about is surveilling Americans and controlling behavior of Americans. And how do we know? Because we've seen this happen in other parts of the world. Look at no further than China to see the impacts of centralized digital currency. The People's Bank of China uses its central bank to monitor citizen behavior, allowing for the surveillance of spending habits and to cut off access to goods and services. You also see things in the Bahamas, where they've instituted caps on CBDC holdings and transactions. In Nigeria, central bank capped ATM withdrawals to forcibly push the use of their digital currency in lieu of physical currency. And I don't even need to think here, what are they going to want to do? These ESG factors. You go and buy gasoline. If you bought too much gasoline, they just won't allow you to use this to make a transaction. Who knows whether they would let you buy a firearm or things that they disapprove of. And so you're opening up a major can of worms, and you're handing a central bank huge amounts of power. And they will use that power. I think if we've seen anything over the last 4 or 5 years is if they can do their agenda, they will do their agenda in any way that they can. I mean, just think about some of the stuff that's happened with the whole banking situation. You know, the deposits are protected by law up to $250,000. Above that, it's not protected. Congress never changed that law, and yet somehow the administration, the Fed, the Treasury, they're removing some of these banks. And so the law is not going to be an impediment to them if they can get the central bank digital currency. They will use that in ways that benefit their agenda. So today, we're here because we now recognize there's a concerted effort across America to backdoor provisions for the use of central bank digital currency through individual state uniform commercial codes, UCC. Uniform commercial codes intended to provide for standard governing laws for commercial transactions across state lines, and is set by an independent commission of, quote, experts to seek uniformity in state laws. Now, while legislation to apply recent recommended changes to the UCC has been introduced in about 20 states, no bill has been introduced in the Florida legislature, and if they were to pass a bill, I would veto that bill. However, given the risks associated with to apply recent recommended changes to the UCC has been introduced in about 20 states, no bill has been introduced in the Florida legislature, and if they were to pass a bill, I would veto that bill. However, given the risks associated with a federally sanctioned centralized bank of digital currency, today I'm here to call on the legislature to pass legislation to expressly forbid the use of CBDC as money within Florida's Uniform Commercial Code. This will ensure that Florida continues to be a state that supports innovation in the financial sector through the market while protecting against government surveillance over your personal finances. But our legislation shouldn't stop there. Given the continued increase in Chinese influence in worldwide affairs and increase in plans to adopt CBDC worldwide, our legislation also prohibits any CBDC issued by a foreign reserve or government-sanctioned central bank. This will ensure that any effort to adopt a worldwide digital currency will never occur in the free state of Florida. And finally, I'm calling on like-minded states like Florida to adopt similar legislation into their uniform commercial codes and to reject any changes to their uniform commercial code that would formally recognize a central bank digital currency. And I've already spoken with Lieutenant Governor of Texas, who's the head of the Senate in Texas. I do believe Texas is going to do something similar to what Florida does. And if we can get a groundswell of states to say no, we are not going to turn over this power to you. I mean, look, ultimately, cash is king. I mean, if you can hold it in your hand, you have power over that. The minute it's all digitized, somebody else is going to have control over that, and it's just a question of, are they going to let you live your life? Are they going to Texas, who's the head of the Senate in Texas, I do believe Texas is going to do something similar to what Florida does. And if we can get a groundswell of states to say no, we are not going to turn over this power to you. I mean, look, ultimately, cash is king. I mean, if you can hold it in your hand, you have power over that. The minute it's all digitized, somebody else is going to have control of that, and it's just a question of, are they going to let you live your life? Are they going to decide to do things to circumvent what you want to do? And think about what we've already seen in Canada. You remember when the truckers were protesting the vax mandates, you know, they had banks. Some of the government froze some of their banks. You had charities that were trying to help these guys, and that was frozen. So
yeah, I don't see Trump talking about that shit. Do you guys see Trump talking about that shit? Right? He's getting arrested. Right? Not that the whole Trump arrest is basically to get the photo of the handcuffed perpetrator shot. That's all that's about. Because that's not going to fly even if it kept going. Statute of limitations is 2 years in New York City, by the way, for misdemeanor, and felony is 5 years, or 4 or 5 years. Anyway, and that happened like, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, maybe 9 years ago. It's a distraction. But I don't hear Trump talking about that stuff. I don't hear him talking about this CBDC. Fed now. If you see the word Fed now, you're fucked. That's all I got to tell you. If you see the word Fed now on any bank or Fed coin, your state's done. You're done. You're living in China. Absolute, complete authoritarian communism. Fucking Sieg Heil shit. Right? And if you see anybody saying, I've seen there's a few people on TikTok trying to push it. Oh, they're just doing this and they're just doing. Look, you're an idiot, because cash is king. Cash has to always be king, right? Because I want to be able to stuff my mattress with as much money as I fucking want. I don't want to have to put my money in a bank. What if I don't want to use a bank? What if I just want to put my money in a lockbox, protected by armed guards and dogs and fucking alligators and dragons forever, instead of using your stupid fucking bank that fails. Now, the other thing about this is Janet Yellen of the FDIC, she was questioned. Oh, God, I saved it. I was looking for this video. I'll find it some other time and I'll bring it up and I'll put it out somewhere. But she was going through the board, and one of this congressman, Republican, of course, gave her a little friction. Oh, that didn't sound right. And what happened was he simply asked, so you're bailing out the larger banks, no problem, right, that are all of a sudden going down, but the ones that are affiliated to those larger banks but are community banks don't get a bailout? Why is that? Because it's the process. The same process happened in fucking China. They took down the small banks. It's just the system. We're fucking becoming China. It's so bad. You guys fucking have no idea what the fuck's going on right now, right? Because Bill Gates loves China. Biden loves China. I like China too. I like their food. Yeah, fucking hot chicks. And I like the culture. The martial arts stuff, the kung fu. I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but China's been around forever. Hundreds of years. Like over 1,000 years. I think they're like the oldest standing nation on the planet. Because they fucking... Anyway, they're making us all look like it is. But their people suffer tremendously. Right? They suffer tremendously. If you see nobody in China is super happy. Nobody is here. Anyway, all this inflation, everything that's happened in the world, this is all fucking created by the World Economic Forum. All of it. I don't care what the fuck you want to say or how you want to say it. It's all connected to that big Amway meeting at the World Economic Forum. The multi-level marketing, where the people at the top get all the money and everybody else gets a little flake of it. But the thing I always want to say, and I talked about this the other day, I always bring this up, is after it's all said and done, and if this happens and they're able to get rid of 2 billion, 3 billion people on the planet and all this other stuff, and the genocidal bioweapon thing that's out there right now, the Kool-Aid, blah, blah, and they're able to, totally destroy our means of food and vegetation and just everything, just fucking it all up. Well, they got these arcs. They got these mountains. and they have them stockpiled full of food right now. There's been, and I know truckers. I'm telling you, I've been talking to truckers. Hey, Jordan. By the way, thanks for being here again, brother. The dang Chinese too, and the WF rather have all the Chinese food. What a bunch of fucking psychos. Yeah, they're, it's just not, it's not cool, man. But if you're part of the minion of this process, if you're a pawn of this process, if you've been given a check or you've been told that you're going to have, a place on the ark, I want you to watch the movie 2012, right? With, I always get them confused. What the fuck? Not Ben Affleck. Not Keanu Reeves. Cusack. John Cusack, right? It was and Woody Harrelson was just like the craziest conspiracy theorist, but it happened, right? That's really interesting. People got to realize that even though that crazy conspiracy theorist guy, I'm living at the fucking Yellowstone Park, the largest volcano I think on the planet, actually predicted that it happened. But anyway, so what happens is at the end of that movie, just look it up, 2012. It's fucking fun to watch. It's a really, really fun, cool movie. I thought it was very well done. Very exciting, And at the end, they have these giant ships. They look like submarines, right? Actually, they look a little plastic. But there's just these giant ships that hold hundreds of people in them. And there's 6 of them. 4 or 6 of them. Right? So just want to let you know, these arcs in the ground or wherever they're fucking going to go hide out in after they've fucking destroyed everything, you're not in that club. I want to tell people that, I want to go up to the guys that were on January 6th, the FBI guys. I want to come up and say, wait, before you decide to create or try to manufacture or orchestrate or a facade of a Fedsurrection, I call it, before you want to start your Fedsurrection, which we all know we knew it was bullshit before, we know it's bullshit, and it's even like absolute and total proof that it's bullshit now, because Ray Epps is still roaming free, and there's people that, anyway, so the Proud Boys are still fucking in jail, and the guy with the fucking helmet on was just a prop, in my opinion. But anyway, all those, you just want to go up and say, hey man, this isn't helping. You're perpetrating a fraud. You're perpetrating a fraud. You're creating a hoax. You're part of the show. Anybody that's a part of the show, I want them to understand that there's no fucking place on that ship for you. They don't give a fuck. Klaus Schwab is like in the first 10 rows. There's people that are going to get a place in that ark, that bunker, before you will ever know. You need to understand this. I don't care what cult or whatever fucking religion or alien or AI you're fucking worshiping or whatever the fuck you're doing in your mind. The bottom line is you're going to be screwed. Oh yeah, we will have a definite ticket for you to make sure you're fine. No, you're not. They're not. They're not. They're not gonna. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't. George Carlin. I've said this a bazillion times. So anytime you're out there and you're pulling the strings for YouTube to censor people like me over and over and over again, just trying to help you, I want you to think about that. Who's really helping you? Is YouTube helping you? Yeah, well, they're paying you a paycheck to probably do it. I get it, right? Or maybe it's just an AI algorithm. Who fucking knows these days? But the point that I'm really trying to make is, if you're actually watching my content and you're saying, that guy doesn't give a shit about anybody, then I don't know what you're watching. I don't know what the fuck you're watching. I mean, are you watching me? Because it doesn't seem like you people are. Right? Doesn't seem like you are. Because if you're watching what I'm doing and what I'm trying to do and save and help, it's not just me. It's my kids, kids, my neighbors, my friends, my family, other countries, other people, the 99%. And nobody fucking says that enough. If a legislator ever comes out and says, I want to protect the 99%, then that's the guy you want to fucking pay attention to, right? I want to take money out of politics completely, right? And I want to fucking bring the Constitution back to where it's supposed to be. Number one. That's the guy you want to follow. Or the girl. Girl or guy. Nothing else. You're either a girl or you're a guy. Right? If you want to dress up like a fucking woman, fine. If you want to dress up like a man, fine. If you want to dress up like an alien, fine. If you want to be a fucking furry, fine. Just don't touch our kids. Get fuck away from our kids. Yeah, so this is what I always tell these people. Just they don't give a fuck. You're just expendable. You're cannon fodder. You're collateral damage. You're all collateral damage to the Soroses and the fucking Rothschildishes and the Gateses and the Bezoses and the fucking God. There's just so many, and the guy with Virgin Air, the Blairs, and just the Carries and the fucking you're just totally, and the Albrights and the Clintons and the Obamas, and the Bushes. You're just fucking complete and total. Can I dress like an alien? The big club. Can I dress like an alien? LOL. Oh wait, this thing's in the way. Hang on. LOL. It's a big club and we ain't in it. Yeah. I'm just Tony Blair, right? That's what I was talking about. And just so many others that you're not on the list. Kissinger, his family and his confidants, which is maybe 20 or 30 people, they got a place on that ark. Obama, he might have 20. Bush's, maybe 60. Okay? Right? But after that, there's nobody, and then there's the Saudi Arabia and, I'm just telling you. The Romneys, I brought that up, yeah. There's a lot of people out there, and by the way, I'm going to get up here pretty soon, because I think I've made my point. You've got people out there bringing up information regarding CBDC, which is bad. If it actually implements across the planet, we're fucked. Everybody's fucked, period. But the people that start, that take that money and just say, I don't give a fuck. I will fucking, give up my integrity, my character, my self-dignity, my pride. I'll throw my ethics and my morals out the fucking window for $100. Those people are out there. I get that. I know who you are. You're pulling the strings to YouTube right now, right? And then Facebook, right? No character, no ethics, no moral standing, right? But these people are out there believing that they're helping. That's the biggest thing. They're not helping. Okay, Ron DeSantis isn't full of shit, and I am very, very excited that and proud of him for him bringing that up. I'm very proud of Tulsi Gabbard. I think that Tulsi Gabbard and Ron DeSantis would be ultimate. I think that would be ultimate. And if you won't, that's just me. Right? That would be fucking ultimate. That would be the fucking ticket of tickets. And if you were smart, you would jump on that ticket. But more people right now are starting to become more aware of the World Economic Forum. More people, in the business that I'm in, I see a lot of people come and go. Every time I'll have a conversation, they'll bring up something political. I always open with this. You ever heard of Building 7? Oh, dude, that thing came out by itself. And fucking, they just gave the order, pull. And then I can talk to that person. Or I might ask, you ever heard of World Economic Forum? Yeah, those fucking people are just sick pedophiles. Yeah, they are. That's what you're part of? That doesn't last long. Think about your heritage, think about your lineage. But the only problem that you may end up with is that if you've taken the Kool-Aid and you've put it in yourself and you've drank it 2 or 3 times, your odds of having the ability to reproduce, etc., is fucked. You're fucked. Because it is a roulette wheel. Some people got it and some people didn't, the way they distributed it. That's why they wanted to keep it moving with several different drinks. Okay? The next round that they give you. You're going to get the next round and the next round and the next round. Right? It's soon enough, you're going to have it in your system. But some of them don't have it. It's just the way it was rolled out. And I have a fucking video and information to tell you that. Go to... Well, I got to bring it up. Let me see here. I just put an S in here, and it goes right to it. Look at that. It goes right to it. Isn't that cool, bro? Isn't that cool? Ron DeSantis, good job, buddy. Did I say that? I gotta say that. Yeah. Save. Yeah, I did say that. Anyway. Let's go to here. We're going to right here, and I need you guys to go here. No, I don't need you to go here. You need you to go here. I'm going to say it again. I don't need you to go to the world to stop the WEF.org. I don't need you to go to F the WEF.org. I don't need you to go to stop the WHO.life. You need to go there. You, to protect yourself, to protect your future, to protect your lineage, and to protect your life, need to go to stop the WEF. You need to go there. I don't care who you are, where you're from. You need to understand the process of what's happening. There's so much information in here. It's crazy. And I still got there's a bunch of stuff I'm going to put on there either tonight or tomorrow into the stuff about the Kool-Aid that they gave everybody throughout the planet. But yeah, it just clearly says, when do we want to go out and stop them? Yeah, when? Now. Like now. Like now. Like now. Like right now. Do it now. Right? How, where, why you're doing it. So this is a short list of the reasons. These are just the short list on the side here. There's on this right column. That's just the very short list of the shit that these fucking people are doing. There's so much more. It's compounding daily on the crap that they're doing. It's compounding daily. And then you go down here and it always says what the process is and what you do and how you do it. Oh, there's too much. I put a lot of stuff on that column. Who? You. Everybody. Everybody. What are the globalists? This kind of goes over a little bit. It's assholes, basically. Who elected these globalists? Yeah, this is the people you need to go after, by the way. I need to put that phone number in there. And I keep telling everybody, you know what? I'm going to put this here from now on. Hang on a second. Right? I'm going to put that in here. As a matter of fact, since we're here now, I am going to put in this. Call 202 224 3121 and tell your senator or House of Representatives to UEF/WEO/NATO UN. Or one of them at least. Right? Yeah, that's good. I'm going to do that. That's good. Nothing wrong with that. All right, but go to that website. People, go to the website. So this is happening right now, by the way. If you want to know what's going on and what Fauci's been doing, and everybody's saying, "Oh, the gain of function just happened. They just released this back in 2020." If you go to this dossier, right, and I brought this up in my last show. If you go to this dossier, this is very well done. It was done by Dr. David Martin, right? It shows the patent, the information. They've been making these deathly, what do you call them? Let's call them Roundup, right? They've been spraying Roundup, right? These viruses, right? For decades. People think they just created it a few years ago. No. They've been peppering the globe for decades. Big Pharma has been making money off of what they've sprinkled across the globe. You understand that? Big Pharma has been doing that. That's right? And if you believe that your legislature, judiciary, executive, and department heads don't know about this, you need to think. Right? It's all about the money. These people get the ethics, the character, the morals, the folkways, the norms, they're gone. There's so many people out there that have been compromised. It's crazy. But the thing is they're not going to ride on that arc, the 2012 fucking arc that saves them. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Right? So they need to think. And if you see anybody or talk to anybody that's pushing this, just say, look, bro, what do you get out of it? What are you getting out of this? Is your life going to be better? You know? People start... That's my biggest thing is... And, don't jump in the traps on TikTok, on Facebook. They're luring people in. Because I've been to a few. As soon as I came on, said a couple words, I see they're writing down my name and stuff. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's just fucking ridiculous. Divide and conquer, the distractions. We need to focus on getting ready in the World Economic Forum. I'm really surprised. I know I was extremely saddened, by the way, that Rage Against the Machine March, not one person, and I'm still waiting for an answer, not one person brought up the actual source of where the fucking wars come from. Yeah, the World Economic Forum. And their buddies, BlackRock, Lockheed Martin, Vanguard, Enron, right? That's the fucking club. Nobody brought that up. Not one of them. It was fucking pathetic. That was a fuck. There have been hundreds of thousands, probably, of those protests in the past 100 years. Definitely. And where does that work? Does that ever work? Has that ever worked? I'm waiting. Has it ever worked? Has it ever worked? No. They laugh at those. They laugh at those little fucking protests. Right? When you go after the fucking source and you try to cut off the fucking neck of the head of the neck of the snake, that's when that's when they really get worried. That's when they really start to fucking panic. But you're not. You guys keep doing the same shit. It's just amazing that my fucking website isn't the fucking website right now across the planet. But I got to tell you something. I just went recently. I've had thousands and thousands of hits on my website in the past fucking few months. More than ever. Right? Because people are starting to say, oh, I get it now. Oh, I get it. You know, instead of talking about this guy fucking that guy and that guy fucking this guy and this chick fucking that chick and the politics and the minutia fucking the ridiculousness of our own politics and across the globe. Nobody gets it. You're all reactionary. It's all reactionary. Oh, let's see what this person says. Let's see what this person says. Let's see what that person's saying. Right? Let's see what this person... What is that person saying today? What is that person doing today? Well, we know what they're doing. Ron DeSantis just fucking brought it up. Tulsi Gabbard is fucking saying it. I've been saying. Ryan Christian has been saying. Whitney Webb has been saying. Dirk Bros has been saying. Right? James Corbett has been saying it. A lot of fucking people have been saying it. Joe Rogan's been talking about it. Right? A lot of people are fucking talking about this shit. You know, Combo Cats has been talking about it. But it should be the number one thing. There's nothing else that's happening that's more important. You guys gotta fucking just throw it in there. By the way, we need to protest against the World Economic Forum and their agenda. Period. That's it. That's all you gotta do. You know, you don't even have to mention my website. I don't fucking care about the website, honestly. I just want people to start protesting the agenda and the mission of these fucking global elitists that have been destroying your lives before you were born. All of you. Anybody that's living right now, they've been fucking with you forever. Forever. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say good night and aloha. It's time to get out on the street and do this and get people out there. Okay? Get out there. Start protesting. Nothing else. Stop the World Economic Forum. That's it. If that happens, that brings attention to their agenda. Yeah, you get it? You get it? You get it? I've been trying to say this for fucking 3 years. A lot of people have been trying to say this for 10, 20, 30 years. Again, the World Economic Forum is the Amway. They're not the actual entity, but they're the Amway. That's where all the Amway members go to. If you've ever been to an Amway or some multi-level marketing, which maybe you haven't, probably why you don't fucking get it. If you've ever been to one of those, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Because only the people at the top, everybody does their little job. They're in the mix. They're but only the people at the top make a percentage off of everybody else. The biggest percentages. That's fucking the World Economic Forum. Anyway, there's some more information at the website. Please go there. Look up the Fossey dossier. That'll tell you that they've been peppering people with this crap forever. Right? Go to the toolkit. Also go to look up the issues. This is how the mainstream media works. Basically, there's more information. They fake the, it's all right there. Let me make sure I can fit that in here. Wait, no. This is some good stuff. There's lots of information in here. Check up all these little memes and pictures I've been putting up forever. It'll help your case. It'll help defend what you're talking about. One of my favorites is this one right here. Building 7 had no smoke blowing over it. No debris seen. Videotaped of it being hit. But it came down at, actually it's 5:45, not 4:10. I misread that. But anyway. And it shows basically that it's almost a half mile away from building 1. Right? And then building 6 is also a big concern. Because the way that imploded. It imploded from below. It was a crater. Very odd. Huh? Very odd. There's a lot of, rethink911.org. Go there. That's a good place to go. But yeah, lots of stuff in here for you guys. Go to the blog. And the reason why I'm saying go to the blog is there's some really good ammunition, defensive ammunition. I need to get this fucking moving. The YouTube class action lawsuit, which I'm definitely going to I'm going to fucking push on. And I'm going to fucking win. And it's going to be glorious. It's going to be a glorious day of it. Right? Definitely you want to check this out. I'm going to make that. What the mainstream media and your own government are not telling you about Fluvid-19 / Kool-Aid / getting you to drink it a bunch of times, getting that boost, resist, reset, and then there's some other stuff in there I think is really good for people. And then the toolkit shows all the websites that think the same way I do or in the same direction. Some of them are kind of scammy. There's some information on lawyers and if you've been affected and on stuff like that. I definitely recommend to go there. And then here's some of the media outlets I've been following. I just add and put them at the bottom. There's a bunch of great, these are all the people I've been following that have some really good content on here. Ones that I believe are, there's integrity with these people. Let's just say that. If you don't have integrity, you're not going to be on here. If you don't have solid morals or ethics, you're not going to be on here. Max Blumenthal's definitely on there. Fearlessly Authentic's good stuff. Allison Monroe. Super Awkward Fun Time. That's a good one. Rebel Capitalist. Ask Dr. Drew. He's just starting to catch up with this shit. The Quack Brothers, the Gray Zone, Facts Matter, Roman, John Bush. Who is that? TFTC's new Due I like these guys. Due Dissidents. They're always in the political spot. They don't really want to get too global, which is fine. But they bring up some really interesting points. And a few others that I thought are really good. About Us is pretty simple. I think I just need to update this, protest, revolt, and stay vigilant, come together. That's basically what it is. And then, let me see. One of these, I have the entire Constitution in there, which is important for everybody. And then if you want to contact us, let us know, and I'll get it on my email. But that's pretty much it. What else we got? And I'm going to get going because I've already been on for, almost 2 hours. That's a lot of information to kind of be talking to yourself in a sense. But the reason why I want to bring this up, the most important thing I want people to see is this.
They're going to decide to do things to circumvent what you want to do. And think about what we've already seen. In Canada, you remember when the truckers were protesting the vax mandates, they had banks. Some of the government froze some of their banks. You had charities that were trying to help these guys, and that was frozen. So we've already seen government really overstep its bounds as it is in the banking situation and financial.
Yeah, I don't see Trump ever talking about this or trying to take down the WF. I don't care what anybody says. I do not believe. And you try to convince me. But this is a major pushback upon the world economics. This is because their number one goal is to control all the money. Number one. Even if they don't lose all the population, they want to control the money. Do you guys get that? Even if they can't do their Bill Gates eugenics shit and get rid of the, half of the population on the globe, then they still want to have control of the banks. Number one. And from there, then they can completely have control of the people. At least most of them. Unless you're going to leave the city and go out and buy a fucking generator and go plant some, do your farm shit. No. The day I buy a fucking generator and start prepping is the day I lose. That's the day I lose. Then that's the day we know we lost. I want to have the option. Hey, you know what? I want to go and do my own stuff in a rural fucking farmland. I get 10 acres, and then come back to the city anytime I want because it'll still be there. Infrastructure, the whole fucking thing. That's the point. They're reactionary. You're trying to, oh, what do we do? Let's get out into the fucking forest, into the fucking jungle, into the mountains, the desert, whatever. They'll never find us. They'll fucking find you. Right? I mean, they can't really find a Chinese balloon, but they'll find... No, they knew exactly what that fucking balloon was doing. Nothing. Fucking stupid. Right? They let it go. It's Chinese. And they're... Anyway, I'm not going to get into all that. But that's my point. Start now. Get on the street. Start fucking... I don't get the meek, malleable, compliant fucking mentality out there. It's just crazy. People it's nuts to watch it. I'm just going to go about my business. I'm going to go work, and I'm not going to protest. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to call my senator or my legislator or my House of Representative. I'm not going to dial 202-224-3121. I know that number by heart because I call these fuckers all the time. I let them know. I say, fuck this world economic shit. And they'll say, well, I had an intern say, what is that? Right? This is at a blue state, by the way. This is California. And I was talking, I think it was who was the Orange County guy? Anyway, it'll come to me. One of the representatives, just some shithead. And I called and it just said, are you guys familiar with this? Well, what is that? So I had to let her know what they are and what they're about. She goes, oh my God, it sounds terrible. I go, it is. Look it up. That's basically what's happening. Sounds like a conspiracy theory. I go, well, how many of those have came true? How many quote-unquote conspiracy theories have come true? Right? How many of mine have fucking come to fruition? All of them. All my conspiracy theories that I've been talking about, I think ever since I started my Blog Talk radio show back in 2013, right, late 2013, and then went to YouTube in 2016, 17, right? Most of the stuff I've been talking about has come to fruition, has reared its fucking ugly head. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. No, I'm not Nostradamus, but you can just, it's like a billboard. You can see the writing on the wall. Right? It's like right in front of you. It's just it's all fucking laid out right in front of you. And if you're not looking carefully, and if you're not doing your research, chickity checking yourself before you wreck yourself, and doing your own research and checking the sources and actually talking to the horse's mouth, that's one of the biggest reasons why I know that fucking phone number. 202-224-3121 is because I'll ask questions. I go, is this bill really going to happen? And the intern goes, yeah, we're looking at banning TikTok. I go, so why do you want to ban TikTok? What does that fucking do? You're no better than China banning platforms in their own country. Well, do you see the difference? And the lady fucking said, oh, I see that your phone is from California. Click, and she hung up. This is Emily This is Emily in fucking some state, I think it was Louisiana. She thought I was a fucking serious Democrat from California, right? You know, who hires these fucking people too? It's just crazy. When you go become an intern at any office, if you have, you can't be over 40 years old. That's just not going to happen. You can't be over 40 years old because you know too much. Get it? Every intern I've ever spoken to in the past, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years, whatever, has been under 25 or at least under 30. And they're completely naive. All they're there for is, hi, this is Senator blah, 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 office. I understand. I guess. We're aware. Okay. Thank you for your concerns. Have a nice day. That's it. It's just to take the call. But if you start to engage with them, get them to think. That's important. Get people to think. You know, a very, very close friend, relative of mine, super close, like the closest you could be, sent me some information from the Council on Foreign Relations and their take on misinformation. Oh my God! And what have I always said? G. Edward Griffin, you got to look him up. And there's a bunch of others out. That's one guy, but there's hundreds of them. There's thousands of them. There's millions of people out there that get this shit. Right? Yeah, most of the stuff I've been talking about, again, has come to fruition. It's reared its ugly head. And it sucks. I'm getting sick of being right. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. I fucking want to be wrong about this shit. I want at some point to say, no, that didn't happen. Trump wasn't a distraction. Right? You know, during DeSantis and his announcements. No, not at all. Okay. If you're paying attention, or if you are going to pay attention, thank you very much. Go to my Odyssey. All the links are in there. Also, subscribe. You know, whatever. All that good stuff. Take care. Aloha. Have a good day.